13 years ago, something unimaginable happened inside Moonvale Zoo. On the night of a rare blood moon, every living thing within its walls, zookeepers, staff, security, and animals, vanished. No evidence, no bodies, just echoing silence. The city labeled it a tragedy, closed the gates, sealed the records, and moved on. But locals never forgot. They whispered about strange lights, howls during full moons, and shadows that moved without a source. No one dared enter. Until now. 17-year-old Jamie Whitlock wasn't afraid of urban legends. He needed a paycheck, that's all. The city was reopening Moonvale as a historical conservation site, and they were hiring interns to clean up the grounds. It seemed like easy work, until the third day. While clearing rubble behind the old reptile enclosure, Jamie dislodged a cracked brick. Behind it lay an object glinting in the dust, a cold, brass key. Not far from where he found it, he noticed a heavy, overgrown steel door, almost hidden behind vines. Faded red letters stained its surface. "Do not unleash." His curiosity outweighed his fear. He turned the key. The door opened into a long-forgotten wing of the zoo, a secret underground lab, lined with broken test tubes, shredded restraints, and faded journals. A smell of decay clung to the air. Jamie flipped through one journal labeled Project Cerberus. Pages described experiments that merged lunar radiation with animal DNA. Subjects exposed to blood moon show increased aggression, cognitive retention, uncontrolled mutation in final phase. Jamie backed away from the journal as he heard soft dragging across the floor behind him. He spun around. No one there. But in the reflection of a shattered tank, something massive and hairy moved in the shadows. That night, the blood moon returned. Red light bled across the sky, and something inside Moonvale Zoo woke up. The first scream came from the primate center. A young intern named Natalie vanished mid-call. Her flashlight was found snapped in half, covered in saliva. The power failed. The lights died. Security footage showed enclosures breaking from the inside. Metal bars melted like wax. Shadows twisted and reformed. A gorilla emerged on two legs, fur matted, eyes glowing white. A zebra crawled across ceilings with spider-like limbs. And something worse, a towering lion-tiger hybrid, humanoid in posture but animal in savagery, stood beneath the red sky and whispered words in a human tongue. "We remember." Jamie, along with two other workers, Ben and Mira, barricaded themselves inside an old maintenance tunnel. Mira had been scratched across the leg and was running a fever. Ben wouldn't stop crying. Jamie told them what he'd found in the lab. These weren't animals anymore. They were experiments, altered under moonlight to evolve, to dominate. Project Cerberus wasn't meant to study. It was meant to weaponize. And now, the creatures wanted out. But there was hope. The journal mentioned one remaining vial of an antidote, a prototype designed to reverse the mutation, but it had to be delivered through the zoo's water reservoir before sunrise. After dawn, the changes would become permanent. Jamie retrieved the vial from the lab, but the zoo had become a maze of terror. They were hunted, one by one. Ben followed a voice that sounded like his mother's into the fog. All Jamie found of him later was his ID badge, snapped in half. Mira began whispering strange things. She said she could hear the animals thinking. Jamie watched her eyes cloud over. She smiled at him just before running into the dark, laughing. As he made his way through the burning remains of the gift shop, the lion-tiger hybrid appeared again. It wore a melted zoo uniform and dragged a human hand along the ground. Its voice, glitching between growls and syllables, echoed around Jamie. "You are like us." Jamie ran. Bleeding, limping, he climbed the steel stairs to the top of the water reservoir as the sun began to rise. He could hear claws scraping behind him. Screeches tore through the dawn mist. He reached the valve, injected the vial. The creatures below shrieked as the antidote spread. Their bodies twisted, snapped, and convulsed. One by one, they collapsed, returning to their natural forms. Silence. Rescue crews arrived by midday. Reporters flooded the entrance. The city called it a miracle. Jamie, still soaked in blood, just stared at the sky. They thought it was over. But deep inside the monkey habitat, something stirred. A small, quiet monkey sat alone in the shadows. In its curled fingers, a second vial, glowing blue, untouched. It drank. Its eyes went black. It looked up at the rising sun and smiled. The blood moon had set, but the curse had only just begun.